Hello guys, once again from Optics Trade headquarters. Today we'll be reviewing Zeiss brand new rivalscope series Conquest V4 that was introduced this year at IVA along with their brand new binoculars with integrated laser rangefinder. During this short review, we are going to look at the features that the series as a whole has to offer and that this model in particular, so the 4-16x44, has to offer. Now the whole series, if we start with the whole series, the Conquest V4 is a successor for the Conquest DL series, except that with the V4, for now the range of rivalscopes is a little bit narrower than it was with the DL, where the buyer could choose from more models, but this might change in the future. V4 could be expanded. DL rivalscopes were all a little bit more Europe-oriented as regards the magnification range, whereas in the Conquest V4 series we have two models that have a little bit more American-oriented magnification ranges. The first one is right in front of us, that is the 4-16x44, and the other one is 6-24x50. For now there are two Europe-oriented, as regards magnification, two Europe-oriented rivalscopes in the series. The Driven Hunt Specialist 1-4x24 and the Twilight Specialist 3-12x56, and we are pretty sure that the ones that I've just mentioned will be a hit here in the European shooting market. Now, in Europe, it is a trend that hunters do not shoot with such high magnifications, which is why we believe that the 4-16x44 and 6-24x50 will not be as popular here, and we believe that it will be a great addition if Zeiss chose to introduce a model such as 2.5-10x50. It also has a 4x zoom factor, and the magnification range would be very popular with hunters here in Europe. Let's move onward. So with the V4 Conquest V4 series, the current Zeiss lineup that is on the market is a little bit more complete. So at the very top we have Victory V8, which is their currently best hunting rifle scope for 3,000 euros approximately. Then we have Conquest V6, which is somewhere in the middle now that V4 was introduced. Conquest V6 costs approximately 1,700 euros and a rounded price. And now we have V4, which the models cost around 1,000 euros, 1,100 euros. So we could say that Zeiss has finished their lineup and their offer is now complete. So in this price of 1,000 euros, Zeiss always had successful rifle scope, and with the V4 series they continue this trend. So we've checked the rifle scope, and optically the series is very decent for the price, and we could conclude that the series offers a very nice price-performance ratio. Now let's talk a little bit more about the origins. So both the predecessors of the V4 series, so the Conquest DL that I've talked about and Duralit, they were both made in Europe, but this is not the case with this Conquest V4 series. As you can see here, it's made in Japan. This is quite a interesting move by Zeiss, but even though the series is made in Japan, the optical quality is not affected, so there are no major differences if we compare the series to Conquest DL optically. And the fact that they're made in Japan is not a big game changer. However, some hunters might be convinced that if they pay 1,000 euros or more, they should receive a German-made hunting rifle scope, and this might convince some hunters to actually get another rifle scope. But as I said, the optical quality is not impaired because the series is made in Japan. This is a bold move by Zeiss, and with time we will see if it was also a great move or not. For now, there are four models. I've already talked about them at the beginning of this review. So we have the Driven Hunt Specialist 1-4x24. This model that I have here is the 4-16x44. It is the most suitable for stalking. if we compare it to the others from this series. We have 6 to 24 by 50, suitable for long range shooting, and 3 to 12 by 56, which is the Twilight Specialist. So if we move on a little bit more to talk about this model right here, this is the 4 to 16 by 44, which is a American oriented magnification range. It has a 4x zoom factor, like all the other rifle scopes in the Conquest V4 series. And on the lowest magnification, the field of view is 9.5 meters on 100 meters. It is 35 centimeters long and weighs around 600 grams. So both the models that have a American oriented magnification range come with a tactical turret. So Zeiss calls this turret ballistic, BDC. It is perhaps a little bit more tactical. It is a multi-turn turret that can be rotated for 3 turns. 1 click equals quarter MOA, which is approximately 0.7 centimeters on 100 meters. 1 rotation equals 20 MOA. Altogether, the turret offers 60 MOA of point of impact movement. There is a turn indicator. There is a turn indicator at the bottom of the turret, but if you can see it like this. But it is a little bit difficult to tell which turn you're in because these lines are so close together. So this turn indicator is not really that great. The turret features a 0 stop, as you can see here, which is a plus. If we move on to the Windage Turret, the Windage Turret is a classic hunting turret covered with a cap. Here. Clicks are crisp both with the tactical turret and the classic hunting turret. The point of impact is again moved for quarter MOA, which is 0.7 centimeters on 100 meters. Resetting the turret to 0 is also simple. You just pull the turret out and align the arrow with the dot. The ballistic turret or the tactical turret can also be reset to 0 with this hexagonal tool, which is included in the box when you buy the rifle scope. Both the turrets are counterclockwise, meaning that rotating the turret counterclockwise will move the point of impact to the right with the Windage Turret and up with the elevation turret. Now you can perhaps already see that this model in particular does not feature an illumination, which is somehow some kind of a minus. So the Twilight Specialist and the Driven Hunt Specialist both come with illumination, and with the 6 to 24 by 50 you can choose to have illumination or not, but here it is, you're not able to choose. This model does not feature illumination at all. It comes with reticle 20 by default. If you desire another reticle, there are 2 more to choose from, ZBR2 and ZMOA2. You can get either of them if you pay 100 additional euros when making the purchase. There is a Parallax Adjustment turret here. The parallax can be adjusted from 50 meters all the way to infinity. So the fact that the parallax adjustment is included is a plus, since this rifle scope features a maximum of 16 times of magnification. So this is a great addition. Now, what's interesting is that for now Zeiss does not include an option of buying this rifle scope with a ZMVM rail underneath. So for now they can only be mounted with rings, and we hope that Zeiss is going to introduce the opportunity, the ability, the option of purchasing this scope with a ZMVM rail as well. You get 10 years of warranty when purchasing the rifle scope, and in the box you'll also get a quick guide. You get a hexagonal tool, which will allow you to reset the elevation turret back to 0. You will get a lens cloth and a cover for the protection of the ocular and the objective lens. And by this we are shortly reaching the end of this review. It is time to enumerate some positive and some negative sides of this rifle scope. The positive sides are, the first one is that you get a Zeiss rifle scope for around 1,000 euros, which is great. You get 10 years of warranty, as is the case with other more expensive rifle scopes, the Conquest V6 and the Victory V8, made by Zeiss. The other positive thing is that it has a parallax adjustment here. And now for the bad characteristics, or things that could be improved a little bit, is that the first one is that the scope is made in Japan and not Germany, and this might be a game changer for some people, so they might go for a rifle scope made in Germany instead of this one, even though the optical quality is not impaired. The option of the lack of the ability to, the option to choose the ZMVM rail underneath is also a disadvantage for now. Perhaps it will be changed in the future. Also, we think that it would be great if Zeiss included a classic BDC turret instead of a more tactical oriented turret. The numbers here do not mark the specific distances, and with this it is much more difficult for hunters to quickly adjust the point of impact. It would be much easier with a classic BDC turret where numbers just mark the specific distances. Also, the lack of illumination has to be pointed out, and this is pretty much it. So we enumerated the good and the bad and the good sides. I hope that you found the video useful. If you did, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. So if I forgot something and you have a question that I didn't answer, leave a comment in the comment section below or send us an email. And hope to see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.